All right. Welcome back to Dank Scott Traders Hub. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the delay. Apologies for the delay. Just there's some technical issue, but now we are good. So without any waste of time, let's get straight into prayer and get this session started. Father, we bless your name. We love you. Thank you for your grace upon our lives. Thank you for the good morning you've given unto us. Thank you for yesterday's analysis. Thank you for whatever money we were able to make. And we know on the losses that we made, we are about to recover, because you are the God who restores us fully, and even more, you give us 100-fold. So we say thank you for what you're about to do today. We know that it's going to be a great day, and you've already set it in plan to give us a good success. So we bless your name. We love you. In the mighty name of Jesus, we prayed and believed. Amen and amen. All right, welcome back, guys. Those who were here yesterday and you're back, welcome. Those who are watching us for the first time, please make it a point to subscribe. It is the easiest thing, and it is the easiest way to support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. So let's do that. Those who are here, who are part of the family already, hit that like button and let us get straight into gold. All right, so yesterday we saw this. We were here. I told you we are likely to see this pullback, and then we get to see buys come in. On coming back on this, on giving us this kind of move, price failed to actually go above our 10 MA and stay there. So it ended up dropping down. We had made our entry earlier. I think it was around here when we made our entry. So we went into some little profits there. I think it was around there when we made some little profits there, and then dropped later to take us out when it came around, I think 3 p.m. because we were trying to enter earlier, so it took us out. This was our stop loss right there. I told you guys even in the analysis. So this was taken out yesterday. That was our first loss of the week. I think that was our second loss, because yesterday we took 2 trades on the VIP and we lost both of them, because it was this was our second trade. The other trade was I think jump 10. I'll check out later as we continue to analyze. So this was taken out and continued. Remember when I told you if price closes below this level, this line, that will be a break of structure. So you can see the candle, this very candle that took us out, did not close below this line, but then the second one coming closed below, making that a break of structure right there. That was our break of structure level right there. So when price broke that level and closed below it, I knew it was going to continue selling, so I couldn't enter at all until it pulls back. So that's how we couldn't make any other second trade on this gold asset. But that's how it happened. I told you once it closes below that, it's gonna be sales to continue, and that's what happened. Now we have a break of structure right about there. So this is our lower low, lower high, lower low. Now it is failing to break this current lower low, and what do you see? You see a change of character from that very point, then plays games here until you see a break of structure right about there to give you a higher high, a higher low, then a higher high up there. So it is, you can clearly see that the bullish momentum is very slow, and there's few traders in the market, few buyers and sellers apparently. Why? I told you today we have some news. Yesterday, those who were here, we have all these news in waiting at 3:30 East African time. We'll be getting these reports to boost this kind of move, the move that we'll be anticipating today. So now that we know all this, let's delete what we used yesterday and what I've just showed you even now, so that we look at the higher time frame. We get to know what are we looking at. Yesterday I told you what we were anticipating for the higher time frame, so let's get at least to H4 and look at it. So okay, so why are we coming, why did we drop down again here? According to H4, of course, there's that level there, there's that level there, this OB. How about daily time frame? It had already mitigated it, so why did we come back? Is it the H1 order block that I did not cater for? Nothing. It's quite crazy because I don't see the order block. Yes, this H4 order block is clear. This one here, this one there, this one there. We now have to use the bullish one because that's where the buy momentum started from. If you want to use the sell one, the sell one will confuse you. This one right there, this is the sell order block. It will confuse you. So if you run a scenario like this, you go for this, the green one right there. So that's the one it was trying to mitigate. So although I'm not buying it, I don't normally love something like this anyways, but it has given it to us. So what can we do? We just have to now drop to H1 and look at anything that could be significant. So if we are looking at H4, look at this, let's delete all this. Do I need this? No, delete it. So this is where we saw, sales come in according to H4, clearly. So according to H4, this is a lower low, lower high. So it has given us a new lower low. It is looking for a lower high, probably on this order block, probably on this very order block right about there. And then from there, we might as well see sales again. So my anticipation is clear, something like that, and then drop again to this kind of level, probably. Yeah. Or come again and fail to give us a new one and then push us into a bullish trend. So something like this. Something like this. Like this, then like that, and then come to take us again back there. Why? Remember on the daily time frame. I want you to remember on the daily time frame. I want you to remember on the daily time frame that this was our change of character right about there according to daily. So we got our higher high, came to mitigate the stop losses of the early buyers on the daily time frame. Yeah, but it is not yet done, so the move hasn't given us a second candle, so that means it can continue selling. Look at yesterday's sell move, meaning it's still very bearish, so we might as well continue to see sells even today, but we will wait for that. So that's why bears are having probably one or more day before we can get to see the bulls come in strongly and push for this kind of move. Why? Because we already have a change of character on daily time frame, and we know now we are getting ready for more entries of bulls to come in later, because now it is confirming the market structure shift that we saw right about here. This was our change of character to the upside according to daily time frame. That is enough. Now that we know that, And remember that I keep on repeating myself on a daily basis on that, so that anyone who comes around and he doesn't know where we've been or where we've come from, you get to know and you get to understand why we are looking for what we are looking for, apparently. So having seen that, I clearly know that we are still bullish. Why? According to H4, why? Let me show you this. This is the high that has given us this low, and clearly if you're seeing that lower high and this lower low, you will clearly see that our supply zone is around there, where we have a retracement level right about there. So price is likely heading there I mean, and then later drop down to give us this kind of a move before we get in with buys. So depending on the momentum today in the London session, we may see price go all the way up there or continue consolidating and then later give us that kind of move when the news come in around 3:30. So what can I do here? I already see a change of character on H1, which is right about there. So that means price is gonna drop down probably to this OB, to confirm this market structure on H1. So we are likely to see this drop right where we are now, and then we get in with our buys to take us right there. Why? Because this will be confirming the market structure shift on H1, meaning this will be our first higher high, then it will give us a higher low, then come all the way up to that level. All right, so this is now very clear and very precise to understand. So if we go to M15, clearly you see what has been happening. On M15, this was our change of character, higher high, higher low, then praise games around, then drops here to mitigate the stop losses of the early buyers, and then look at what comes next. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low now, but now it is trying to, this high failed to take out this current higher high, so it is looking at the pullback. And where do we have the pullback? If we get to see this very low that gave us that high, you'll be seeing where price is likely going to retrace back. Clearly our level right about there, you see that we have that. This is on H1, the M15 one is that. So that is the level that we will be anticipating price to come back in. Now, if you are an intraday trader, you have an age to make an entry now. Why do I say that? If I show you the signal coming in from CCI, it is definitely gonna be confirming even on the market structure currently. It has reached the retracement level right there. As you can clearly see, we are bullish because of the oversold, but now we are retracing. We are at 60%. It has gone beyond 50, meaning now we are at a pullback level. Clearly, if you go to M5, you will know that we are overbought. Clearly you can see the shadows there showing that we are overbought according to M5. That's why we are looking for this drop sell. Enough of that. Now, if you're a scalper and an intraday trader, you have an age to make this sell. Why? Price is below 10 MA. It means there's the opportunity to sell this even right now. Like, can even put it there, and that will be your stop loss right about there. So you are probably gonna be looking for a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Just aim for a 1 to 2 if you decide to make your entry. Yeah, meaning your stop loss is all the way up there, because if you put it around here, it will be a bit risky, but since it is a pullback, it may actually continue. So if you don't want to risk much, then you can put your stop loss just above this high here, and then push it all the way down below to this level. This is what we'll be anticipating. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is already moving. So I did not enter it on the market. I'm waiting for this buy, but I've told you, intraday traders and scalpers, both of you guys can push in for this very pullback moves. So now I don't need this. I can delete it and wait for this move. That is on gold. Let's now head over to boom 1000. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the first sell move of the day for those who trade gold. All right, let's now go to boom 1000. Boom 1000, it played games. Those who were here yesterday, we talked about it and I showed you how our anticipation for the day. So this was it. We had this flag. If I can go back to, I think H4, was it H4 or daily time frame? I think it was, yeah, I think it is daily time frame. Okay, it's H4. So according to H4, clearly you see what we had. That was a flag. So I told you if price breaks this resistance trend line, then we'll be able to see sales continue. In fact, I told you if price breaks this yesterday, then I'll be looking for sales to come at least there or down below here. It failed to break it. This was a fake breakout, then continued to give a fake breakout right where, right above this level, fake breakout. So remember, I told you if we see a fake breakout above here, then the very first risk entry would be entering immediately, then the other one would be waiting for a pullback. Price did not even reach this high, which was some warning not to mess up with any buys. So it did not give us reach even that conference area. What did it do? Gave a high, then dropped here to react on that resistance level, and then gave only one buy candle, not a second one, and then started to drop. That's when everything changed and it started to sell. And look at what happened later. It broke the resistance level, but by the time it did all this, I was already out of the market. Why? Because my two first trades were all in losses, so I couldn't enter the third trade. That's how I trade. So that's it. That's how all this ended up going into sales, because I had already told you if price decides to break this resistance level, we are going in straight with sales, and that's what we see today morning. This breakout happened today morning. This breakout happened today morning at what time? Let's see, at 6:30. That's when we saw 6:15. That's when we saw a breakout, and M15 candle closed below that resistance trend line. And if you clearly see that, you can see breakout, then one candle pullback, and then dropped to continue with sales. But that doesn't mean we are not going to see another pullback. So now we can easily delete all these. We don't need them anymore. Yesterday's anticipation, we can delete all those and look at sales now. Let's look at sales, because now the flag has been broken out. All right, so let's start from H4, because the rest of the analysis we saw it yesterday, so we don't need to see it again. So let's start from H4. So now we have a breakout. I told you this, we are going to see at least this move all the way to here. Can we enter now? The first H4 was a strong H4. The second one is also still strong. Are we going to see a pullback? I don't know. But if we do, then we can enter. If we don't, I don't think I'll be able to enter. I want to see this. What is this here? Because it is giving me some. I don't need this. Let me delete that for now. I don't need it. What I need is this now. What I'm seeing currently on the left side. This one right there. That's what I'm seeing on the left. It is a support. It is a support. Why? Price reacted to it, bounced off, and went all the way to give us the current high that we have. Now price is looking at coming back to it. Are we going to see that level to be the pullback level? Maybe, maybe not. Are you going to see this? Are we going to see that? Maybe. Alright, so we are looking at buys according to CCI, but remember, we don't deal with indicators. We use indicators as confirmation of what we are seeing on price action and smart money and market structure, of course. So what are we currently seeing? So if we have seen all this already is a break of structure right here. This was our lower low, so we see currently a break of structure. So that tells us we are going to later see a pullback. Like I've already told you, if I go to H1, all I need to see is bullish momentum. It's not yet ready. I need to see a bullish momentum. Clearly we can see that we are almost ready. Look at that. Look at those shadows. They are giving us the signal that we are getting ready to sell. We are getting ready to buy. So but price action is still giving us contrary. It's telling us contrary to what we are seeing on the indicator, because that is a break of structure. Lower low, lower high, lower low. It's going to give us a lower high. I believe it's going to come to this level. That's where we are going to see this kind of a pullback. So according to what I see now, it's a no-go for me to trade boom 1000. You can, if you want to sell, because we are already seeing that we need to sell heavily. So if you don't want to enter buys as a pullback, you can wait for sales for the pullback and then enter your sales probably right around there. So until then, I don't have any business with H1. I mean with a boom with this asset. Clearly, if you look at the high that is going to give us this low, that's when we'll be able to anticipate where price is going to go back to before we can enter sales again. So as you are waiting for the bullish momentum to start, you may have to be very patient, because clearly H1 is still selling, but we know M15 has already given us the shadows as a signal to show us that we are oversold, meaning anytime from now, probably as soon as price reaches this level, then we might get to see bullish momentum, which will be a pullback move to come around such a level, and then later sellers come in strongly to push price to this other level. So until then, no business. If I get to see bullish momentum, I may enter buys. I love buying booms. Because I get to see a quick trade and move out. Yeah, and the advantage of it is my stop loss is intact. It is not defiled. It is what I set as my stop loss when I'm buying boom is what I lose. The stop loss is consistent, so that's why I love buying booms. So if I get a chance to enter to enter buys on this asset boom 1000, then I will be sharing it with my VIPs on WhatsApp group. All right, so that's it. Let's now head over to V75. V75. So let's talk about V75. What is not happening? So we had a change of character right about here yesterday. First, let's go to H4. Let's first go to H4. Let's first go to H4, see what was the anticipation. Okay, if price breaks that, we are looking at dropping, but this happened today morning. All right, so the bullish was there, was our first move that we wanted. So let's go to that. So according to yesterday, we wanted that, we wanted this, and then a buy. So yeah, it did actually happen. It did happen. It did happen just like we wanted, but then failed to give us a breakout there, then dropped all the way back here, tried to push, failed, then gave us a break of structure right about here, gave us a break of structure right about there, and then lower low, lower high, then a change of character happened later in the evening, and that's when the bullish momentum started and went ahead to hit the target right about there. That was the target. This was the target hit, and then from there sales came strong. Okay, so now we know what happened on boom on V75. The buy came later, not on where we wanted, because it was still bearish. So what do we have now? Let's talk about today. What do we have now? So price dropped all the way. It is looking at, it has already reached this order block, which is a daily, I believe. It is the daily order block. The anticipation was very simple. Let me first delete this. The anticipation was very simple. We were looking for this drop. Now it has come back to our breaker block where we broke structure from. So this is our higher high. It's looking for a higher low according to daily time frame. So this move right here is no longer necessary. So what do we have? Let me delete all that. So what do we have? So we now know we have a higher high, and it's creating a higher low according to daily time frame. So that tells us that we are likely going to continue selling. Remember what I told you yesterday. According to weekly time frame, we are bullish, but we are going to be anticipating this pullback move according to weekly time frame. So if we know that, we can go back to daily time frame. And then wait for the pullback to start selling, because when we start to sell according to daily time frame, we'll be anticipating price coming all the way to that level, and then buys coming later according to weekly time frame. So let's go to H4 now. What do we have? Okay, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now it's creating a new lower low right about there. So we're going to see this move right here, because this has been sort of like a level price comes back to. So we're going to see this move again according to daily time frame to there, and then probably later sell. We will see about that. Let's go to H1. What are we looking at today? Delete that. What are we looking at today? This is V75, ladies and gentlemen. This is V75. Okay, we have a break of structure right about there. It has broken that support, which is a good thing. Okay, let's go to weekly, to M15. What are we seeing? We have already gotten our lower low. Okay, so all we need is now market structure shift on M15, and then we will be understanding that we are going to see a pullback. Yeah, with this pullback, it's going to be probably according to daily time frame. Why? Because we need to start selling on the daily time frame. If you check the signal on CCI, you clearly see that we are having already shadows of overbought, meaning we are ready to sell. We are ready to sell all the way to this level, but we can't sell when market structure is still contrary to what we are getting from this signal on CCI and RSI. So according to H4, we will be waiting for this very mitigation move. We'll be waiting for this mitigation move, and then later we sell together with the daily time frame. So I'm gonna go to M15. I'm gonna go to M15 and just wait for the bulls to confirm the entry. Once I have a clean market structure shift on M15, that will be enough for me to enter buys and push them all the way to at least such a level for the day. At least at such a level for the day, right about there. And then wait. Once price reaches there, that will be enough for me as my TP. But all I need to wait for is something like this. All I'm waiting for is something like this, then like that, then like that. That is what I'm gonna be waiting for. If I get to see this, that is enough for me to enter buys. Why? Because the signal is already oversold. Once I get to see that, that is enough for me to enter that sell. But I already know that it's gonna be even breaking and continuing all the way up there according to daily time frame before we get to see sells, which may happen tomorrow all the way to that, and then we start to see sells. But until then, no business now. I have to wait for a structure like this for me to consider trading this asset today. So ladies and gentlemen, this is still very far from giving us any signal to work with. Still very far. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it on V75. We still have about 15 minutes. Since we analyzed J10 yesterday, I want to do a recap on it and see what happened yesterday, because I remember, I think it's the one that I lost money on. Yes, it's the trade that I lost money on together with gold. So I was anticipating a quick pullback move because I told you already in the analysis that we are bearish, but I was anticipating a pullback to that level before we get to see sales come and break this level. What happened was price, we entered a bit early, trying to get a sniper. So it kept on playing games until it broke and hit our stop loss right about there. But remember, I told you, if price closes below this level, if price closes below that level, we'll be getting into sells. So the reason why I entered is price had failed to close below here, and I entered around, I think, at the second candle there for the buys, and then later played games for several, like 2 hours, and then later dropped down, closed below it, and took us out. That is how market happened. Took us out, and then yeah, the rest is history. You can see after taking us out, dropped, retested. This would have been the entry, perfect entry for sales. Why? Because this was now a breakout and a pullback confirmed right about there to make your continuation of sales. This was late night. This was late night around okay, not that late, around 22:45. That is at 10:45 p.m. East African time. Yeah, that's when this drop move started right about there. This would have been my entry, second candle to the drop side, to the drop down, and it was actually a good move. It was a good move. So that is happening already. So I mean, that has already happened. So what can we do now? Let's talk about today. So yesterday was a bad day, yet The analysis was very clear. I think I was just not that bit more patient with some of the confirmations, extra confirmations are needed. So hence I ended up entering earlier. The other reason is I had already told you that we are going to be literally seeing this head and shoulder. Those who were here, you remember I told you this is our left shoulder, this is our right shoulder, and I told you clearly we are going to be continuing with sells, and that's what we saw clearly. Look at that, sells continued. This is the TP right here. So if we get to see any pullback again right about here, probably when this current H4 candle closes, you can choose to enter sells, now aiming for this TP, now aiming for this very TP. Why? Because I told you, those who have studied, who have undergone my classes, I told you when it comes to head and shoulder, you have the neckline right there, and you calculate your TP from the head to the neckline, and that will be the move that it will take as your TP all the way there. So this is the head, this is your neckline. So from there to here becomes your target TP, from your neckline to anywhere that arrow goes. So that's gonna be our TP. So we've already missed from here, we've already missed all the way from here to make that sell move. So now we will be waiting for when it makes a pullback, and then we can sell. Sometimes it just gives you one candle like it did here, one candle, and then later drops down. Because it is a head and shoulder, you don't expect to see a lot of pullbacks. Yeah, so that's it on this asset. I'll be waiting for this pullback on the lower time frame, like this, a short pullback like that. So it's what I'm gonna be waiting for. Once it is done, then we can enter our sales, because we know we haven't reached our target yet. This is our target right here, and that's what we'll be waiting for. We'll be waiting for that target to be hit. So anyone who wants to enter any trade today on J10, it's gonna be a sell. Don't look for buying like we wanted yesterday, because later it gave us a breakout right here. This was a breakout that started to initiate the sell move. So that's what we missed yesterday. I made an entry a bit early before I can wait for more, before I can wait for price to be above my 10 MA. That was the mistake I made, and I was punished because of that. All right, so that's it for the day. I hope you guys had a great time. We are going to now do a recap. Going to do our recap, and we call it a day. So for anyone wanting to trade, let me just, before we go to the recap, let me just show you this. For anyone wanting to trade J10 today, if it does happen, give us this kind of a pullback, which will be from here to probably there, 50% or 61.8, then you can get in with your sells. Then you can get in with your sells just around there. Just around there. If price gives us that, then you can enter your sells later. So till then, I have no business. I can go to M15 and see whether we can look into this, but I will only and only enter because yesterday I learned I misbehaved on my entry criteria and I was hammered. So today I won't do the same mistake, because yesterday I was hammered, having compromised, after compromising my entry criteria. So what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna just wait for price to give me. I'm just gonna wait for price to give me price to be above my 10 MA, which is already clear for me that it is above my 10 MA. This was my lower low, lower high, so it's giving us a change of character right about there. So right now I'm just gonna be patient, because we are likely to see price go all the way around such a level before we can get to see sales. Okay guys, so we now have a clear say on a VJ10, or we jump 10. So now let's head over to the recap and we call it a day. So we started with gold. I told you we are looking at it pulling back all the way to here, and then we get to see buys come in strongly. So if you haven't entered yet, you may get another opportunity, because it is now playing games. Remember I told you around 3, which is 3:30, we'll be anticipating, we'll be getting these reports released in the market, which will be of course affecting the USD. So once these reports are released, depending on how they are released, we know that we are likely to see this push, because that's what we are waiting for according to market structure and SMC. So when we get these news, depending on how they are released, most of the times I've told you they normally the news may just push to take out stop losses probably that are around here, and then later in an instant go back in crazy move to get back to the direction of price action, to the direction of market structure on the trend, the general trend. So whatever you do, know that always news, they just do a short move to later follow the direction of the intended trend, of the actual trend. So now what do? We wait. Sellers, you have an opportunity to sell, but not now. You can wait, or you can enter now and have your stop loss about there like I told you, and just look at targeting at least 1 to 2 as your risk to reward ratio. That is it. Then after gold, we also analyzed boom 1000. We analyzed boom 1000. Now I told you we are likely it's going to see price come around here. So sales are about to come again. Why? Because price is looking at giving us another lower high. Look at that. That was our lower high. So it's looking at creating another lower high before it drops down for another sell drop. So for sellers, you can wait. I don't think it's gonna pull back all the way back there before it reaches this level. So that's why sales are gonna be very evident. And of course, if you're looking at CCI and RSI, you will clearly see that the signal is oversold according to M15, but price action says otherwise. That means we follow price action. We follow market structure. That means we are going to continue selling, because according to H1, we are not yet seeing the strong shadow of oversold. That means as soon as this current H1 closes, you might as well enter sales. And have your stop loss just above here, just above there. So I'm telling you this because it's very near to reaching the pullback level, which is 61.8 and 50% right there. Once price reaches there, you might get to see something like that as a drop to come to this level before buyers can come in. That is on boom 1000. We also analyzed V75. V75, all I want is to see this kind of a structure before I can enter my buys, and that's what I'm gonna wait for. So this is one of the assets I'm likely to enter today. This is one of the assets that I'm likely to enter probably in a few hours from now. Then we also analyzed J10. J10, I've told you, if I see a pullback, then I will enter this short buy, then later sell. But the general trend is sells. You have to remember that. So when you enter a pullback, know that you are going against the trend. A pullback is the short move in a major trend. So this move to give us a lower high is a short move on a major trend on H4. So whatever you do, know that it's going to be a short move later to continue with sales. So whenever you consider trading a pullback, know that you're going against a general trend. All right, so that's it. That's it. We wait. If it does pull back here and probably gets us again above our 10 MA, then we can enter the buy to that level. If it doesn't and breaks this level, then that will be a break of structure to continue and drop all the way to that level, because that's the target level. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had a great time with me. I will be back here tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Apologies for today. We started late and had to analyze quickly so that we can be on time. So I want to wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye bye.